1000 Inventions that changed the world. Gregorian Calendar. The Gregorian calendar, also known as the Western or Christian calendar, is the most widely used calendar system in the world today. Its historical perspective is deeply intertwined with the evolution of timekeeping and the efforts to reform the calendar to better align with astronomical phenomena and religious observances. Let's explore the historical journey of the Gregorian calendar. Origins and early calendar systems. The roots of the Gregorian calendar can be traced back to ancient civilizations such as the Sumerians, Egyptians, and Babylonians, who developed early calendar systems based on lunar and solar cycles. These early calendars were often used for agricultural and religious purposes, guiding the timing of planting and harvesting crops and the scheduling of religious festivals. Julian calendar. The precursor to the Gregorian calendar was the Julian calendar, introduced by Julius Caesar in 45 BCE as a reform of the Roman calendar. The Julian calendar was a solar calendar consisting of 365 days divided into 12 months, with an additional day added to February every 4 years to account for the extra quarter day in the solar year. This leap year system, known as the Julian leap year, approximated the length of the tropical year with reasonable accuracy. However, over time, it became apparent that the Julian calendar was slightly longer than the actual solar year, leading to a gradual drift of the calendar date with respect to the seasons. Gregorian calendar reform. In the 16th century, Pope Gregory XIII initiated a reform of the calendar to address the discrepancies between the Julian calendar and the astronomical year. This reform was motivated by concerns about the accuracy of the calendar for determining the date of Easter, a crucial religious observance in Christianity. Under the direction of Pope Gregory XIII, a committee of astronomers, mathematicians, and theologians, including Christopher Clavius, proposed adjustments to the calendar system to correct the discrepancy between the calendar date and the astronomical year. The reform involved skipping several days to bring the calendar back in line with the solar year and modifying the leap year rule to make the calendar more accurate. Adoption and implementation. The Gregorian calendar was officially adopted by Pope Gregory XIII in 1582 through the papal bull, Inter Gravissimus. The reform involved skipping 10 days from the calendar, so October 4, 1582, was followed by October 15, 1582. Additionally, the reform introduced a revised leap year rule, stipulating that years divisible by 100 would only be leap years if they were also divisible by 400. The Gregorian calendar was gradually adopted by Catholic countries across Europe and later by Protestant and Orthodox countries over the following centuries. However, the adoption of the Gregorian calendar was not universal, and some countries resisted the change for religious or political reasons. It wasn't until the 20th century that the Gregorian calendar became the standard civil calendar worldwide. Modern usage. Today, the Gregorian calendar is the internationally accepted civil calendar used for official purposes, commerce, and daily life in most countries around the world. It is a solar calendar based on the Earth's orbit around the Sun, divided into 12 months of varying lengths, with leap years occurring every 4 years as determined by the revised leap year rule. In conclusion, the Gregorian calendar represents a significant milestone in the history of calendar reform, reflecting centuries of scientific inquiry, religious observance, and cultural evolution. Its adoption and widespread use have standardized the measurement of time and provided a common framework for organizing human activities on a global scale.